Hello, boys and girls. This is Aunt Fernita, and I have a wonderful story for you called A Little Boy Shares. Today's memory verse is from Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. It says, "Do not forget to share with others." The message for today's story is friends share with others. One day, many people were far away from home at mealtime, but Jesus had a surprise for them. The sunshine sparkled on the water as the little boy walked beside the lake. He was not alone. Many people gathered on the hillside to see Jesus. The little boy carefully wiggled his way to the front of the crowd. "Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me." The little boy listened as Jesus began to tell of God's love. He even saw Jesus heal sick people. It was so exciting that the day went by very quickly, and the little boy had not even thought about eating. His mother had packed a lunch of 5 small loaves of barley bread and 2 small fish, but the little boy had not even touched his lunch yet. It was almost supper time now. Jesus' friends said to him, "Don't you think the people should go home now? It is late, and they are hungry." The little boy saw that Jesus did not want the people to go away hungry. Jesus turned to his disciples. "We'll give them something to eat." The disciples looked very confused. It would take lots and lots of food to feed all of these people. One of Jesus' disciples, named Andrew, smiled at the little boy and asked him, "What do you have in your basket?" "5 small barley loaves and 2 little fish, sir. It's not much, but Jesus can have it." Then the little boy heard Jesus ask his disciples, "How much food do you have?" Andrew just shook his head. "We don't have any, but a little boy has a lunch he is willing to share. 5 small loaves of barley bread and 2 little fish. But that's not enough to feed all of these people." Jesus smiled at the little boy. "Thank you for sharing your lunch," he said. Jesus said to his disciples, "Have the people sit down." First, Jesus prayed over the little boy's food. Then, he began to give pieces of the barley bread and fish to the disciples to give to the people. More and more bread and fish were taken out of the little boy's basket. More and more people ate. The little boy could not believe his eyes. It took a long time to feed all of the people. 5,000 men, and that did not include the women and children who came to hear Jesus too. When everybody had eaten, Jesus said, "Now let's collect the food that is left." The little boy watched as the disciples picked up 12 baskets of leftover food. It was just a little lunch for a little boy, but that little boy was willing to share, and Jesus fed all of those people with that little lunch because he loved them.
This podcast was brought to you by Gracelink.net and Studio El Piso in Singapore. For more children's resources, please visit Gracelink.net.